6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot one. All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me in the Switch universe?
Test. Cash credit.
All right, now we are at our top 16. I cracked open a squirt, put it in my mouth, and I'm enjoying it. Paul Tantillo is in the lead. John Elgood in the chase. Come here. Oh, there's contact.
Whoa, contact from Elgood.
Wow. That was definitely on the chase because John Elgood just completely pit maneuvered Paul Tantillo. Wow. That's a
I don't, man, there are some things going on today that I just don't, I don't even have words for.
man. Well, we're waiting for.
Can we get, is there a replay for that?
We're waiting. Trying to see if these guys are out here. We're gonna go. We're going right back. We're gonna have John Elgood now in the lead. That looks like it's gonna be a 0 from John Elgood. No, at fault. So John Elgood is driving up to the track, to the edge. So John Elgood. No, they're going back to the start of the line. But like I said, I cracked open the squirt. Shmay.
Yes, sir.
It's amazing.
There's some arguing going on in
Yeah, there's some arguing from the driver, but we'll see what happens. All right, Paul Tantillo is now in the chase. John Elgood in the lead. John Elgood pit maneuvered Paul Tantillo from what I was seeing on my screen. Paul Tantillo needs to have a successful chase run. He's going to be very conservative on this. And John Elgood is just going out, filling out the zones. Paul Tantillo is staying back, but he needs to gain a little bit proximity so it's not an inactive chase.
Which that might be the case.
Yeah, that might be the case. Because he is about 2 or 3 car.
Yeah, that's an inactive chase.
So let's see. Let's see what the judges say.
So it sounds like the judges are a little confused here because they can't go to the chase was inactive, so both chases are 0, but Paul Tantillo didn't get a lead run, so they can't judge lead runs. So they don't quite know if they should, I don't think they know if they should one more time it or what, I guess what the right
Call is.
Yeah, they're going through the rule book to see if there's anything about this.
There's supposedly there's some people saying that there's lag on the server, and I haven't experienced any lag being here, but everything seems to be solid and smooth sailing. So It looks like it's going to be a one more time. They're going to run at the end of this group.
All right. Riley Durham.
Riley Durham out here with that Ford Mustang. He has been the no lift crew.
He has definitely been the talk of the tape, you know.
Mm-hmm. He's doing fantastic with that. He's been doing great with that Ford Mustang. And then we got Jakku in the chase.
Ernestus Jacobellis.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Riley Durham leading Ernestus. Big Mustang versus Little S
Wow.
chassis. And here we go. Oh, Ernestus contact. It doesn't seem to upset Riley very much, but that's going to be a deduction there for Ernestus. This is just becoming a whirlwind of upsets in the top 16. What is going on here? Ernestus on the door of Riley Durham, absolutely putting the pressure on that Mustang. Almost straightens on that transition. That was a very slow transition, but my God, he was on that door.
That was the first time I seen Riley touch the left foot brake on that inner clip, the first inner clip, going through. But Ernestus Jakku is just sticking to his door. It wasn't a huge contact. It was more of like a little bump, but there's also some tire drops from Riley. So we're gonna see them flip sides. Jakku is in the lead. Riley Durham coming in the chase. Here we go. Jakku with the S chassis coming in with the yellow black livery. Riley Durham with the red Ford Mustang coming in, trying to be the no lift crew, coming in, getting that proximity and just sending it all the way through, not lifting at all throughout this chase and just sticking it to him. Throttle modulation is on point. Had to lift up a little bit. Oh my God. Riley Durham is coming through, and it's gonna look like
he's hanging with the big dogs.
It's a lead for lead where he's gonna come to the chase. The chase was great by Jakku, but it's gonna be some minor deductions here and there. They're gonna try to figure out what's the deductions are gonna be.
Yeah, it looks like looking at the replay, it looks like Riley just had a few more mistakes than Ernestus, but it's gonna be a close one still. It might even be a one more time.
It's looking like Jakku gets the win.
Ernestus gets the win. Ernestus moving on into the grade 8. Is that our first competitor to get into the grade 8 today?
Yeah, first competitor. Where it comes into the 3-point initiations, a lot of people are kind of like they're still on in the air on how to interpret that, but it goes into the fact of you should be braking tires and going into drift away from the first outer zone, like you explained earlier. A lot of people try to confuse it with the Scandinavian flick. And Scandinavian flick, you don't even brake tires when you're turning away from that zone. And then when you put power on, that's when you get that weight transfer, and then you clutch kick to get that back in towards that first outer zone. But Vadim Abramov coming in here. Coming in. Nice big flick.
I want to see
Jimmy
order
the
in the
judge.
court in the chat.
Oh, no. Jimmy the Judge Calavano coming in to try to get that proximity of Vadim, but that reverse entry into the second outer zone. And now Jimmy is coming in here with gavel in hand, trying to stick it on his door. And man, that was a... Jimmy basically backing into the second outer zone after the transition. We're going to have them switch sides. Jimmy the Judge Calavano is in the lead. Order in the court in chat. Let's get Jimmy Calavano to put out a banger lead run against Vadim Abramov. Coming in, Jimmy Calavano, nice flick into that first outer zone, getting in. Oh, tire drop. Going in. Vadim Abramov coming in with that flanker, coming in and staying on that proximity of the door. And there's a lot of left foot braking from Jimmy, a lot of corrections on that sweeper. And Jimmy is just trying to fight him off throughout that whole run.
Man, Vadim was stuck to him in that run. He was absolutely dooring Jimmy. This might be the time Jimmy gets thrown out of the court.
By the Count. Vadim the Count Abramov. I don't know. It sounds like a Dracula name, you know?
Yeah.
But Jimmy ended up being his own worst enemy on that one, especially in the chase. And then in the lead, Vadim the Count Abramov coming in and sticking it to his door. There we go. We're waiting for the judges. They're actually gonna see what the judges say. They're probably gonna review the replay because that weird backy that Jimmy did, but and the second outer zone on the chase, they're gonna see on the telemetry. Just give us a little bit of time. They're gonna look over that replay because Jimmy either he has so much weight transfer going into that second outer zone that forced him into a backy and he saved it, or was it Vadim possibly choking him up a little bit? Would look a lot smoother on my end. I'm not too sure. They're going to be looking at the telemetry. They're going to see what's going on as the replay is getting put up.
And as you can see, we have the bracket. Well, we had the bracket up for just a second, but
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if so. The biggest issue is if Vadim caused the problem. Is that what they're discussing?
They're going to be analyzing on each zone. Oh.
And what's cool about this is the judges can go back to a replay if they need to, and then go look at the telemetry, the G forces, they can go look at everything. So if it really does come down to it where they either are questioning something or they've done it one more time, they can actually go back and look at the runs and then pull the data from the cars and see what actually was happening.
All right. I think the judges have come to a decision. Let's see. See what the judges say.
Okay, so it sounds like Jimmy Calavano just made a mistake, and they are gonna go with Vadim Abramov.
That was a good round from both of them. All right, now we're gonna have Darius.
Oh, this battle's gonna be banging.
Versus Jordan.
All right, Darius Estreka, a friend of Concept. Jordan Eden, one of our veteran drivers, initiating, going into the first outside zone. Jordan Eden right on the door, a little bit more shallow, but to get in the pocket of that big door, that big car, you kind of got to be up there. Little bit of contact, it seems, from Jordan. But Jordan is not letting him get away. He's going to stay right up there on his door. Darius throwing down a banger of a lead run. Just an absolute savage.
It was a great lead from Darius, but I did see a lot of there's a lot of lights I see one braking wise throughout the whole run. The second outer zone he was braking, and then going into the inner clip he slowed down just a little bit, but it didn't affect the chase. The chase was sticking on him the whole time, and the braking actually helped the chase driver out and keep on proximity. So
yeah, it actually almost looked like it choked him up a little bit. We know how gripped out Jordan's car is.
Oh so. Yeah.
All right, green light. Jordan's gonna see if he can shake off the veteran Darius Estreka. Jordan initiating.
Wow.
Big angle from Jordan. Big transitions all the way into to the outer zone. Full throttle the whole time, not letting off. And Darius right on his door, transitioning right on his bumper. This is a battle of absolute titans. Both of these drivers putting it all on the track. Darius not giving him any room. Look at these two go.
Wow. Darius Estreka was on him and staying on him like, I don't even know, white on rice, some stank on poop. Like, I don't know what to say, dude. Like, he was on it. But they both had great lead run. Darius was sticking on his door, being very smooth throughout the whole chase, and it was mimicking all of his movements. The only thing I do see is Darius had a little bit less angle on the proximity and going all the way through. And it's just coming into the fact of these guys are out here just slaying it. When I saw Jordan chase, the one thing I noticed is that he kind of lost the proximity. Yeah. He lost the proximity a little bit of times because he had to slow down, and then it didn't make it a consistent proximity. But then also Jordan did tap his bumper a little bit, but also Darius was tapping the left foot brake a little bit more. From what I've seen, like this is a really tight one.
Yeah, this is the opposite end of the spectrum than what we've been seeing. I like this where it's hard to tell because they're so good, and not hard to tell because they both made so many mistakes.
Yep.
All right, so it sounds like they've made a decision. Okay, so it sounds like Darius Estreka is just going to edge out.
Pause. There we go.
There we go, okay.
All right, here we go. All right, now we're having the one more time battle. Paul Tantillo and John Elgood. Paul Tantillo and John Elgood John Elgood made contact with Paul on his lead run. I bet you Paul is getting nervous, getting amped up, and trying to like keep his composure, but we'll see how it comes out.
He's just gonna try to, I think, gap him so he doesn't total his car again.
That could be a possibility. We're waiting for the lights. Paul Tantillo in the lead. John Elgood in the chase. One more time battle for top 16. Here we go. Paul Tantillo coming in with a nice, good initiation. John Elgood gives him some space. Paul Tantillo coming in over rotation from John Elgood in a straight in. on the chase. Paul Tantillo just has to keep this lead run going through, and he's going to have a major advantage. Paul Tantillo is always fighting through, but John Elgin is trying to put up the pressure, even though he's straightened out. This is a fight to try to see who cracks under pressure.
Wow, what a ending to that.
Wow. That's what I like to see. Even though you over-rotate and you probably zeroed your battle, it still doesn't give it still doesn't give you the option to like all right, I'm just gonna let him run. You're giving him a free run. He stuck to it throughout the whole run. Outside outer zone 2, he straightened out, but then he's like, you know what, let me try to apply pressure to Paul to see if that's gonna affect him in the lead. Because if Paul over-rotates or zeros his lead run, this is a 0 run. Now it's going to be John Elgood. Paul Tantillo is going to be in the chase. This is a major advantage for PJ. I am super excited to see this kind of mind games going on. Paul Tantillo in the chase. John Elgood in the lead. We're seeing the lights. Here we go. Let's see if Paul Tantillo will stick it to his door and get an active chase going on. He had a little bit of a gap right off the rip, but Paul Tantillo is coming in and trying to stay in the pocket throughout the whole track and is staying in a good chase. Oh, there's some contact, but he's still fighting through. It does not. Oh, one tire drop going off track and stayed in it and fighting it through. I love seeing this type of battle right here because they're not giving it up. They're not flopping like LeBron James out here. They're here to see a fight, and that's what you got, folks.
Man, this is such an interesting battle. So, if he's straightening the trace, but then gets a huge hit from Paul Tantillo.
And I'm just gonna look and see if there was a slow. Oh, it looked like he slowed down to try to reach into that inner clip.
It did look like there was a bit of a slowdown there.
You could see through the momentum of the run.
I'm gonna have to check that out again.
Yeah. So you're gonna see him go in. The initiation is good. Paul gives a good some space going in, surges into the pocket on the second outer zone, riding it all the way through. Transition and momentum is good for both drivers. Going into the outer zone 3, and then you see how he kind of surged and slowed down a little bit onto that inner clip, and that's what caused the contact from what I see. But that's what I'm trying to figure out and try to see on this. It might have been a huge slowdown, but also it could have been PJ just being too spicy and just making contact. So it's up to the judge's decision.
And they have to decide here. They cannot do another one more time.
And it was more of what it noticed on the transition, that contact. It just kind of pushed him a little bit, but it didn't push him a lot from what I saw. But and then all of a sudden, John Elgood, he transitioned after the contact, and you can still get back on track. He had one tire off track from what I was seeing, going all the way around and going all the way through. It's a lot of it is going down to the fact of the momentum. And after the contact, it goes back to Gambler, from what I've seen in Gambler, where if you watch the Dean Carnage run, where he made contact with him, and then all of a sudden the guy gets back on throttle, and then he kind of slows up a little bit because he was getting worried he was going off track. But it's just this is so tight. And I'm glad I'm just a commentator. I'm telling you guys what I see.
Yeah, this is gonna be another one that I think they're gonna have to go watch, because they gotta make sure that I mean, Paul has basically thrown away 2 easy victories by just not doing what he needs to in the chase.
It could
First,
be
he has
also
an inactive chase, and so it goes one more time, and then he makes contact in a chase where the guy zeroes out. Like, he had it won if he could just be clean in the chase.
What also comes into the fact of I don't know. I was so enthralled with the proximity and everything. Did the lead driver clutch in to slow himself down? Because we don't see brake lights. So could be another thing too. Like there's so many factors that comes into this, but I'm very curious to see what these guys come into. So we're gonna see how coming in. Judges are looking at the replay right now. And there's a blue pasta in the chat. Drink some more of this.
We are having some crazy battles going on here. This is like, again, the opposite of the last one, where Wolfie and them, they were a banger battle, and this one's just so many mistakes.
Yeah. Where this is down to the nitty gritty. We're in the top 16 coming through. The judges are looking at the drive. We'll see if the production could put up the lead run. That would be great, Mr. Production Man. If we could put the lead runs, watch this. These drivers go through. So I could see the smoke. I'm curious to see if there's. This is so tight that. I'm looking at seeing the replay as well on what's going on, and
Swanging.
Yeah.
Get out of the chat.
But this is going into the major contact, and that. They're looking at that choke up that possibly happened to be the drop of angle from the chase car that could cause the surge, and that he surged too hard and made contact on the inner clip. All right. It looks like John Elgood takes the win. It goes into the fact of that inner clip. It looks from the replays they were putting, the telemetry that it's really, really small. It looks like Peep shallowed up on angle, or PJ shallowed up on angle to try to get that proximity on that inner clip, and then it ended up him making contact, throwing the lead driver off his line, making him tire drop. Now, we're going to get the next group coming in.
Shh.
There's a dog going rampant in the background. Now, we're going to get our next drivers. It's the right side of the top 16 bracket, where you're going to see a battle of teammates. It's going to be a battle of teammates going on. We got the Temple Tesla out here with the deep dish wheels being extra fresh. Then you just have my Viking X's in the background. Oh, man. Temple out here bagging it up with his Tesla. You know what? I mess with it, bro. I respect it. I just got a message from U.S. Drift Circuit. I dressed up as Buzz Lightyear, and my co-commentator dressed up as, or not my co-commentator, my partner in crime. I hate saying co-commentator, but my partner in crime dressed up as Woody. And you just see me up there with. Chap goes, I'll be the dinosaur. The memes. That is funny. Yeah, so we're Shmei is going to be a little bit occupied right now. So it's going to be with all the guys out here doing practice runs. It's so all right, we the Roomba, the semaphore Roomba has to recharge his batteries real quick. He'll be right back. We have Igor the Dragon Roscoff. And Nicholas the Nutshell. I like it. I know as that's not how you pronounce his name, but the Nutshell. He's in the S chassis. I don't even know if the drivers actually watch the commentary, but if they do, I would if they hear me, I would like them to wiggle their wheels. Oh, Igor the Dragon Roscoff is wiggling his wheels. Igor the Dragon Roscoff with that R35. Nicholas the Nutshell in the chase. Here we go. S chassis versus R35. Oh, there's a cone. Hey, the Dragon. There's a cone there. So it's a reset. It's gonna be a reset. That's our first cone hit. I've hit those cones with 15 Newton meters of force, and it doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. All right, here we go. Igor Rosskopf in the lead. Coming in with a huge flick with that R35. And Rosskopf coming in and filling out the zones. Nicholas the Nutshell is trying to get that proximity and stay in that pocket. Igor is doing a fantastic job with that R35, filling out each zone, getting deep in it. Oh, there's a tire drop from the chase, and there's a major slowdown from him. Man. Wow. Igor. The Dragons out here setting flames on the track. Smoke show engaged throughout the whole lead run. And then got Nicholas not going to be in the lead. That lead run from the Dragon has been amazing. He's filling out each zone, possibly a tire drop on that inner clip, but man, he was so smooth and buttery throughout that whole battle and giving a great lead. Now, we're going to have them switch sides. Nicholas the Nutshell in the lead. Igor the Dragon in the chase, coming in to try to catch up to Nut all the way through. Oh, the Nut fell off the track. Igor the Dragon Rosskopf comes out here. New show. The judge's decision is coming through. We're waiting for it. Here we go. Igor the Dragon sets fire to Nutshell and gets a win. Oh man. All right, here we go. Brandon, the gender reveal of Marina. I'm joking. Brandon Marina out here. He's gonna give me crap about it later on, but Brandon Marina is coming up. Sam Guns. Sam the Machine Guns. Here we go. Sam Guns coming in with the S chassis. Brandon Marina in that blue and pink S chassis. Boom. Boom. Coming in. And a huge surge. Brandon Marina is sawing at the wheel in the chase to try to stay in proximity, making no contact, going through that sweeper. Brandon Marina is trying to keep that proximity throughout the whole time, and he's sticking it to his door all the way through that final inner clip, riding the power alley. Here we go on that transition. Brandon Marina does a good job keeping proximity, but was he fluid and smooth throughout the chase? That's what the judges probably are going to be looking at. And man, they're going to switch sides. Brandon Marina is going to be now in the lead. So, we're going to see how they perform. Sam, the Machine Gun, in the chase, being rowdy and rambunctious. Brandon with the canvas livery. That's chassis. Coming in to try to get a win in the top 16 to move on to the great. What happened there? He drove straight through the initiation point, and I think there might be something going on with Brandon Marina right now. And he doesn't seem to get everything in composure. He literally drove through that initiation point. Wow. This side of the bracket has been surprising on the turn of events. It's gonna be Here we go. And it's looking like Sam Guns gets the win, moves on to the grade 8. We have Garrett Shaw and Michael Veras gonna be battling it out. It's AOM boys, team members. They've drove together plenty of times. This is gonna be an exciting battle, and they are gonna put it out on the line. This is gonna be bragging rights for the battles in the future. And oh, Michael Veras waving on Garrett Shaw, antagonizing him. I love this kind of camaraderie and competitiveness from the AOM guys. Garrett Shaw in the lead, Michael Veras in the chase. Here we go. Garrett Shaw with that 350Z coming in, Venom Factory livery. S2000 from Michael Veras, a little tap from Michael Veras, but it unsettles Garrett Shaw. But oh mercy, they are coming through and fighting every which way. Oh, Michael Veras punts Garrett Shaw into the wall. I wonder if Garrett is gonna stick it to him, or if he's gonna be conservative and be in that competitive nature. But there we go. Garrett Shaw is now in the chase. Michael Veras in the lead. So an advantage to Garrett Shaw from what I saw. I'm a rapper. Bang, bang coming in. Initiation is good. Michael Veras is keeping it all the way through. Nice. Some left foot braking in that second outer zone. But Michael Veras is coming out, filling out the zones. Garrett Shaw is sticking it on him and keeping that proximity. Wow, some left foot braking, getting doors all the way through the power alley. Garrett Shaw is just showing how smooth and consistent he can be. It wasn't a conservative chase, but it was a active chase and a feisty chase. And it looked like a lot of the mistakes possibly could have happened from Michael Veras, because he, from what I saw, he over-rotated. He was being very shaky on the chase, but we're seeing what the judges say. Michael Veras is doing donuts around Garrett Shaw. Judge's decision is Garrett Shaw gets the win for the AOM. Now it's going to be another team battle. Brandon Shorten versus Jackson Hanna. CNDS battle, CND battle, Concept Drift. team battle right here. Brandon Shorten with that Corvette. Jackson Hanna coming in. Brandon Shorten getting that initiation all the way through. Jackson Hanna is trying to keep that good proximity, so he has to force Brandon to stick it on his door, on his chase. But Brandon Shorten is coming out here with a fluid lead run, little to no correction, but Jackson Hanna is keeping that proximity and has to sit back a little bit to let Jackson Hanna get into that inner clap. And that was a good lead and chase. We're going to have them switch sides. Brandon Shorten coming here.
All right. Did I miss anything cool?
It's now a CND battle. Garrett Shaw got the win on the previous battle.
Sorry, I had it's hunting season around here, and there were some gunshots outside, and my dog was freaking out, so I had to just mute. I just had to go away and calm him down.
Whoa!
Whoa, brother!
Whoa!
Nobody can follow Jack. Jack keeps throwing this angle, and people just don't understand. Man, Jack is going to be the wild card here.
This is going to go into the fact of it's a nope ag situation from Irwindale. How Novak people was hard. It's hard to chase him because how slow he was throughout the track, but he was on full throttle the whole time. Now we have Jackson coming in with huge angle, huge clutch kick.
And even Brandon in chat is saying that he flopped it.
All right, Jackson gets the win.
Yeah, that was unfortunate ending to that battle. All right, and we are in the grade 8, moving right along.
Man.
All right, we're getting the next few drivers in. Is that?
Yeah,
are we
so
into the?
We're in the grade 8.
All right, we are just gonna wait a couple of minutes for these next drivers. They're gonna get a couple runs in.
Taking a sip of my squirt.
I do apologize for having to bail though. That was very weird.
Man.
Like, Tiny, where are you located? You're in Florida, right?
Yes, I'm in Florida.
So you guys have guns and crap. You guys might as well be the Wild West down there. So. I was gonna ask, do you even know? Do you know what a bird banger is?
A bird banger?
Yeah.
Explain it to me because I might know as a different term.
It might be, but that's what literally like the brand name around here. It's a firearm that you use blank caps, like a 22, and it shoots M80s to clear birds out of trees.
That's called the grenade launcher.
Nope. What?
What? What in the neck of red? Do you live, bro?
Nebraska.
Golly, bro.
Yeah,
Never
so,
heard
like,
of that before.
If you have like pesky birds.
So you shoot an M80?
Yeah, dude, it's a clear matted like trees and barns and oh my god, yeah.
What in the world?
Every year my grandpa has one, so every year I take it out on the 4th of July and just shoot it at stuff.
I've heard of cannons.
No,
Have
not
you ever
quite
heard
the
of
same.
those? You
Yeah, not the
know what I'm talking
same.
about. Cannons are awesome. We used to have them at the range I used to work at, and we used to launch them and play skate with it with the cans in the air, so you could hit more cans. We'd pick it up afterward. It was a fun time. Bury me with my guns on. Jackson Hanna just got punted again.
Dude, this just proves though that as if you know Will was upset or like had any question of if Jack was going to over rotate on their battle, well, we've got definite proof that Jack can throw some angle.
Yeah, he just slangs that thing, man. Sends
All
it
right,
all the way back.
John Elgood escaped swift loss last battle with right in his last battle. Let's see if he can work his magic again here against Ernestus. All right, here we go. First battle of the Grade A. We are gonna get John Elgood and Ernestus Jaku. And we got Elgood dropping a tire. Ernestus kind of giving him some room, and now closing the gap. Getting right up on his door here in this big sweeper. Oh, really starting to get up on his door is Ernestus. And transitioning right on his bumper out the back door.
Man. Ernest has been out here showing people what's it like to stick it to someone's door on the proximity, and then but he also was giving them space throughout the run. That inner clip was fantastic. Riding the bumper, going into that sweeper was amazing to see. But now we have them switch sides. Jaku in the lead. John Elgood in the chase. We see the lights. Jaku coming in with a huge flick into that first outer zone. Elgood comes in. He tire drops a little bit, makes him the Z three-wheel. Another contact on that inner clip, but Jaku is not worried about it. Coming in, doing a fantastic job in the lead. John Elgood is keeping that proximity throughout the whole time and staying pinned down with the throttle.
That was a great lead by Ernestus. I think the contact from Elgood and the lack of proximity on most of the track is going to cause him to be eliminated here in this first battle of the Grade 8.
Oh, man.
All right, it looks like judges have made a decision. It is going to go to Ernestus Jacobellis.
Man, now it's going to be Abramov versus Darius Ostreka.
This is going to be an awesome battle because we know that flanker's fast, and we know Darius is probably the most consistent driver out here.
Vadim the Count Abramov out here. Darius just did a donut and then
I think he does that just to make sure that all of his equipment's working.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Vadim versus Darius. All right, Vadim through the chicane is off. 3-2, and here we go, initiating into that first touch and go. Darius right on his door, transitioning a little late. Still doesn't go off track. Vadim is very fast, but doesn't have a whole lot of angle out of that first outside zone. Transitioning to this second outside zone. Darius right on his door, matching his angle, getting closer, gives him a little tap, lets him know he's there. Through the final zone, and Darius right there on the door.
Man.
Man, it is awesome to see. It's awesome to see Vadim and a flanker out here. I still love the uniqueness of that car.
Yeah, Darius is coming out here and keeping the proximity throughout the whole run, and then it goes into the transition, little contact all the way through. Was it a slow transition or was it a straighten? But we're gonna look. Darius is in the lead. Vadim Abramov in the chase. Here we go. Waiting on the lights, and they're off. Vadim in the flanker. Darius Ostraka in the BMW. Coming in with a nice flick from Darius, and Vadim is sticking it to him. Darius Ostraka getting door to door, all the way in, sinking his teeth into Darius. Vadim the Count Abramov is coming in with that flanker and staying close proximity throughout the whole sweeper all the way to the power alley doors.
No way!
Wow.
Let's get a clap in the chat for Vadim. This guy coming out here swinging.
Wow. It goes into the, they both have good leads, but what the thing is now, if you're gonna judge, I think if you're judging Chase, you're gonna see who mirrors more. And it looked like Vadim was mirroring him the whole time. And compared to Darius, Darius was just keeping not low angle, but not as serious of an angle and mirroring Vadim from what I saw. The squirt got in the back of my throat while I was in the middle of my run and made me choke up a little bit.
Oh goodness. That's good.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be watching a replay to see if there's a major flaw. To see if Darius, we were talking earlier, if there was actual straighten from Darius on the chase, or was it a slow transition? Because that's where you got to look at the tires in the front. And a lot of it goes down to how the tires are counter steering and if he's on power. If he's gripping up and going straight, that's where it's going to be a huge mistake from Darius. Well, it's going down to the fact of lead versus lead, chase versus chase. and the leads were very similar. Oh man, they're going into the whole telemetry, seeing where the tires are going on judge's side, and it's cool to see this kind of caliber of getting into the judging panel. You will see this in real life competitions as well. They're analyzing after the second outer zone if Darius straightened or was it a slow transition, going all the way through. These competitions and these battles have been very tight. And is this going into Fluxo High is coming in with a rating party. We're looking at this battle. They're looking at the chase from Austriaca. We got it rated with 30 people. Appreciate you guys coming by. We are at the Concept Drift Series, round 2 at Raceway Park, and we are at the still at the grade 8. You guys have been enjoying the time that we've been putting into this. They're trying to watch the full run right now on replay. Bracket is going
crazy run. So these guys are just trying to go through and make sure they're going to make the right decision.
All right. So, lead versus lead, they're very similar. Now they were looking at Chase versus Chase. Vadim, the Count Abramov versus Darius, the Silky Austriaca.
All right, we have a decision.
Who's going to the final 4? Abramov gets the win.
Vadim Abramov moves on, upsetting the VDC driver, Darius Austriaca.
This has been a crazy event. Crazy event because this has shaken up the standings. Darius Austriaca was in first in the championship standings. So was Will Holloway was in the top 5. Got knocked off in top 32. We got a lot of crazy things happening.
And now we get to go up next with Igor and Samuel Guns.
So what they were looking at, the judges, was did Darius straighten after outer zone 2 going into the third outer zone, because it looked like Darius kind of straightened and then reinitiated from the quick watching, and the judges went through and watched different angles looking at what was going on and all the telemetry going on, and they analyzed that there was actual straighten and a reinitiation of into the outer zone 3. But now we got Igor the Dragon Roskov versus Samuel Machine Guns. Igor Roskov with the Skyline R35. Samuel Machine Guns is with the S chassis coming in. Here we go. Igor the Dragon Roscoff has been lighting a flame on the whole track. Samuel Guns has been ripping all through the track, putting suppressive fire on people's doors, but he had to cut the track a little bit to try to get that proximity regained, missing the second outer zone. Igor the Dragon is just filling out each zone like a gangster, setting a blaze to the competition.
Man, that Igor he is a man of few words, but a man of action.
Man.
This dude just comes out and sets the world on fire every time he gets behind the wheel.
I wonder if what's his livery on the side? Is it a dragon, really?
Dude, I don't know. I saw red in a livery, and that's why. That's.
Yeah, man. That maybe that is his nickname. The dragon. How would a Russian say it?
I have no idea.
Like their accent.
I don't do impersonations.
Nah, man. Come on,
try it.
Try it.
I don't think dragon would actually really. I don't think there'd be much.
Well, you can't do a Russian accent.
Not really.
All right, here we go. Samuel Guns.
Vodka. That's all I get. I got
Samuel Machine Guns in the lead. Igor the Dragon Roscoff in the chase, coming in, and it is a dragon on the side of his livery, and he is showing the machine gun. Hey, the dragon is sinking his teeth and claws into the side of the door while he's sticking it door to door all the way through to this final inner clip. Machine Guns is going through, trying to get through the power alley, but the Dragon Roscoff comes in here and just sunk his teeth in, claws, everything, lit the track of fire, and shit, my guy was out here slaying with the R35.
That's the kind of battles you want to see. I know Sam kind of screwed up his chase, but man, Igor just never disappoints.
Wow.
I love to see people with that kind of confidence and aggression in the chase.
Mm-hmm. We're watching the replay. Igor is doing a great job transitioning and getting all the way through. All the way in, staying in drift the whole time. and going through. And they're looking at and
all right, sounds like
I've come to the deliberation. Shmay! Let them know.
I didn't hear what they said.
Igor the Dragon Roscoff moves on.
Okay.
To the final four. I love the honesty, man.
Look, I have it so low, otherwise I get distracted. So if you know, I have them way in the back of my head.
Yeah. Inside your head.
It's like it's like the demons without taking my meds. Always just there, just chatting away.
You need someone to talk to, bud. I'm here. My DMs are always open.
Yeah.
You know, I got you.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. Take it away, Shmay.
All right, we got our boy from Concept, Jackson Hanna, chasing the absolute monster, Garrett Shaw. Garrett Shaw is going to be initiating in front of Jack. AOM boy slinging that Z.
Wow.
Jack barely hanging on in that first zone. Really shallow, trying to gain proximity. Garrett showing us why he qualified third. He is just fast. This can be a little bit of a tire drop. Little bit of a left foot brake, and lets Jack catch right up to him. Jack is getting right up on his door, and here we go. Transitions to the last zone. Now, the question is Jack going to get booted off track for a third time?
We might as well call him NFL football at the end of this competition because he's been panic punted left and right like he's in a Jets football game. But
oh, yeah, I love it. Throw shade.
The Jets are my team, dude.
Oh, perfect.
So you're gonna have Jackson Hanna in the lead, Garrett Shaw in the chase, AOM versus CND. Let's see this battle of teams right here. Jackson Hanna coming in. He's been doing a great job keeping crazy angle. Wow, Garrett Shaw sticks it to his door and keeps the proximity the whole time. Oh my goodness. Going all the way through into the center clip. Garrett Shaw is absolutely a monster, going through all the way, getting door to door, all the way through to the final inner clip. Jackson misses that inner clip and goes all the way home. Garrett Shaw